Jim Henson's new movie Labyrinth, a fantasy adventure starring David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly and a cast of non-humans.
Stand still. Here we go. Turn over.
3, 2, 1, action.
There's something about creating cinema fantasy that draws many movie makers to these sound stages just outside London. Producer George Lucas filmed his Star Wars trilogy here, as well as the 2 Indiana Jones adventures. Jim Henson first came to England years ago when he began producing that fantasy for the home screen titled The Muppet Show. Now, Lucas and Henson are combining talents for a new creature feature fantasy adventure titled Labyrinth. It is described by its creators as both an exciting and fun-filled story of a young girl's rescue mission and a race against time.
And then when you turn to the swamp, Shari, where are you going to turn?
This is the first time that Jim Henson has put all his energy into directing a film and not having to worry about also physically manipulating some of the on-screen characters. He is leaving that manipulation to others.
Whoa. You're right. There's the bridge.
You got it?
I still like to perform, and when I'm doing Kermit or Ernie on Sesame or any of those things, it's still a lot of fun. But I think for these kinds of films, you know, sort of a major big fantasy picture like this, I'm much more comfortable only directing and putting all my energy into that.
The creature-type films, what did you learn from Dark Crystal that you're applying here, or perhaps you're not applying here that you think?
Well, I like Dark Crystal. I mean, it's a film I'm proud of. At the same time, this picture is a lot lighter. We wanted to do more of a comedy, and so the picture has more comedy. It has music. Has a much more lighter feeling overall.
The 2 human actors in Labyrinth are 14-year-old Jennifer Connelly, who was selected from some 100 girls who auditioned for Henson, and singer David Bowie, who will be performing his own songs in the film.
It's the film for him. We wrote that particular part just for him, and we tailored a number of the scenes around what he would do musically. And we worked with him throughout all of that beginning time of the film. And that was fun.
609, take 1. ANC cameras.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1, action.
We were looking for someone in that sort of magic time between child and adult, between child and woman. And we looked at some older girls who were playing that time, but it was my preference to try to find a girl right at that period in her own life, which is what Jenny is. And it was one of those nice moments that when she came in, she was immediately right. You know, she just sort of walked in and stood there, you know, the right person for the part.
At first it was difficult, but I've gotten used to talking with the characters, and they become so believable. The puppeteers, they make their own personalities for each one of the characters, and they're so distinct and so unique, each one from another, that you really can get to relate to each one, and it's not really a problem anymore.
Shari, get into your mark, please.
I'm doing a film that I love, and you do that, and I think that's all you can do. And then you sort of hope that an audience also likes it. And at this point, I feel that I'm a person who knows this kind of movie, and I know how to handle these kinds of creatures probably more than almost anybody else.
Hobo! It's all right. He's Ludo. He's a friend too.
Labyrinth, starring David Bowie and directed by Jim Henson, comes to movie screens this summer. For today, Jim Brown, NBC News, London.
Okay, so hello guys, welcome back to another video of Craig DVX or Craig D Reviews or whatever. I want to say this. Haven't done this for a really long time this year. For this year is the 40th anniversary of Labyrinth, a film about what do you call it? A girl who's 16, 17 plus, something like that, who has a baby brother who goes missing because of a labyrinth goblin king thing, played by David Bowie, or Bowie, or Bowie, or whatever. And it's a shame, really, because this film was not really good at the box office, I don't think, anyway, in the 80s. But it's been a cult following over the past whatever decades. And the film is like Alice in Wonderland if it was turning into more like a maze sort of thing. That's what Labyrinth is, I know, but I'm just saying it's like Alice in Wonderland, as I said before 2 seconds ago, I know, but it's like it's got that sort of Alice in Wonderland vibe-ish, because you got that you got different sort of characters, Zoe, and you know what I mean. So, and the acting was there, the music was there, obviously, because there's loads of music in this film. And the effects were there, and everything was. This is the same sort of thing as the Dark Crystal, or Purple Crystal, because it's not really dark, is it? It's more like a purple crystal, isn't it? But anyway, so the Dark Crystal and Labyrinth is really good films and stories, but the film is not really good. Even though the story and the effects and the acting was good, the film isn't. Because you can tell, because there's been a huge impact. I'm a pirate movie person, not Pirates Penzance or Pirates of VeggieTales pirates. I'm talking about you know what I mean, if you know me by now. But that's my cult following. My cult following. That's one of my cult films I like, or classic films or whatever. That's my Pulp Fiction. I don't watch Pulp Fiction, but I'm just saying as an example, that's my Pulp Fiction. That's my Lion King. That's my Lord of the Rings. That's my whatever. Even Narnia is my thing as well. So I don't know really what I'm on about, but what I'm trying to say is Labyrinth is a really good film in its own right, but it's not a really good film in general. It's a shame, really, because I like Labyrinth. I really do, because I appreciate the film, appreciate the acting, the music. Like, okay, not really the music, but no, man, because the music, one of my favourite songs of all, in general, by David Bowie, one of my favourite, not the favourite, but one of my favourites are As the World Falls Down in this film. It didn't actually fall down in this film, but you know what I mean, the song in this film is called, no, the song in this film is called As the World Falls Down or something like that. That's a really, really good song that I like by David Bowie. So yeah. But yeah, so I like this film. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like it's not really got impact. Can't speak. It's not a big impact for me. But I think some people have got impact. You know what I mean, with this film. So, but yeah, so I'm one of those people who can't speak anymore. And it's really cheating me off that I can't speak in a video. I used to do really well with that, but now I can't. So that's really cheating me off as all the time. See what I mean? I can't speak anymore. But you know what I mean, if you understand me by now. But I like films when I have a fantasy, sorry. I like how they have fantasy, epic acting, epic music and stuff like that. Okay, what I'm trying to say is Labyrinth is a good film. And I didn't say it's a good film in general, but it's a good film in its own right, as I said before. I'm not saying it's a good film in general, but it's a good film for its time. Like Big, that is by Tom Hanks or whatever, that I didn't review recently because I either wasn't bored or maybe because I was busy. But Big is also a really good film. It's got that sort of moments in it where it's a little bit out of date-ish, but that's what I'm trying to say with Labyrinth. It's out of date with the effects, some of it, but at the time it will be really good at the box office. But it wasn't! It's not like Jaws or Indiana Jones or whatever. It's more like flipping Dark Crystal version. Not because it's Jim Henson, but because it's one of those movies when it's been really good. You know what I mean? Fantastic. years later. But when it first came out, it was a flop. I'm not sure about Never Ending Story, but it's got this all same sort of thing. Never Ending Story, or Dark Crystal, or Labyrinth, or I don't know what else there in the 80s that had really good fantasy films. I don't really know, but like what I'm trying to say is Labyrinth is one of my not favourite. I was going to say favourite, but you know what I mean. It's one of my films I like. I'm not a big fan of, but I appreciate it. That's that. I'm more like a Dark Crystal person because I like the. I know it's not, but I like the. I know I'm talking about different sort of films here, but you know what I mean. I'm supposed to talk about the 40th anniversary of Labyrinth, but I'm also saying I appreciate films that has a little bit of an edge to it and charm to it, just like Labyrinth. But it's just the acting was there, the effects were there, the action was there. Sorry, and everything was there and whatever. But it didn't felt right. Not how uncomfortable it was. There's nothing uncomfortable by there's nothing uncomfortable by the film, in the film or by the film, where it was just not. It wasn't. The acting was in the wrong place, or everything. That the acting was good. Not saying that Dabo is thick or anything like that. He is not thick. I'm just saying there was something off about the film. There was nothing in the right place. Everything was in the. I guess the thumbnail or the story plot was in the right place, but when you do the actual filming, it was not really good. Okay, what I'm trying to say is, it's a good film, but I think I'm not one of those people who's supposed to see it. If I was watching it as a kid, I may enjoy it, but watching it as a teenager or like a 20-year-old or 30-year-old or 40-year-old, 40-year-old, sorry. 40-year-old, sorry, I might not like it. But if I have, the thing is, when I'm a kid, I might enjoy it because it's got puppets in it. It's got really good action for kids and stuff like that. But it's not really for kids. It's more like a pre-teen teenager thing. Even though I said it's not for teens, or I did say it for teens, but you know what I mean. It's not my thing. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate the film, but it's not my sort of family-friendly film. It is actually a family-friendly film, but it's not my favourite family film. I think my favourite family films are probably Narnia, and I mean the BBC Narnia, not from the flipping 1960s Narnia, because that's rubbish. But I'm talking about the proper Narnia ones from the BBC 80s. Even though that's crummy, they put effort into it. I'm not saying that Labyrinth film didn't put effort into it. They did put effort into that film, otherwise it wouldn't be a cult classic, would it? But what I'm trying to say is, my favourite ones are Narnia, BBC Narnia from the 80s and 90s, and also probably Never Ending Story because that had a big impact on me as well. And also, of course, Alice in Wonderland. I'm not going to show you basically all my films of Alice in Wonderland because I got a huge collection as a teenager and a pre-teen of Alice in Wonderland as all the DVD collection. So I'm a big fan of Alice in Wonderland, to be fair. But what I'm trying to say is, Labyrinth is not my thing, but I appreciate the film, why it's there, and why it's been a big impact for people. So what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, this film is good in its own right. But anyway, let's watch some videos in the background so you can know what I'm on, so it won't be that boring to you. Even though people will probably click off this video already because they're being something. But I don't know. But hope you had a good time, everybody, watching this video. See you next time, or see you at the end of the video. I'm not really sure how this video is going to end. But anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye. Sorry for my misspoke words. My brain doesn't work. I'm so sorry. Anyway, thank you much for subscribing if you did already, because I don't really concentrate. Okay, I concentrate on my YouTube channel, but I don't concentrate when I'm doing other things, obviously. Because when you do other things, you get distracted by other things. You know, if that makes sense. But anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye. What was that all about? I'll see you next time. Bye. See ya.
Imagination of Jim Henson. of David Bowie.
Everything I've done for you. You've run so long, you've run so far.
3 extraordinary talents take you to a world of fantasy and adventure. The world of Labyrinth. Coming June 27th.